think that you will see now a Russian retaliation. If you're sitting in Moscow now and you need to restore your deterrent, and the Europeans are escalating and the Americans are pulling back, now is essentially the perfect time to strike back, because the mood in Russia has changed dramatically, as I would say. That is, for the past 4.5 years, the logic has always been, listen, we're winning on the battlefield slowly. If the NATO is escalating a bit against us, let's just let it be, and we'll get the victory at the end. But now the escalations are reaching such levels that it's no longer acceptable. And I'm thinking then primarily about this massive drone attacks now against Russia. Now, this is problematic for many reasons, because the Europeans are very openly saying, oh, we are mass producing long-range weapons to strike deep inside Russia. It's the NATO countries that are providing the war planning. They're doing giving the intelligence, picking the targets, helping organizing how they can evade the Russian air defenses. They even have contractors to help operate some of the weapons. So my point is that this is a NATO attack, and they're becoming more and more bold. And the reason why the Europeans are celebrating now is because they're attacking the Russians with such high numbers of drones that a lot of the drones are getting through and hitting targets deep inside Russia, also damaging their energy infrastructure. While the Europeans are celebrating the ability to bring more pain to Russia, what they seem to forget is that you should be careful what you wish for. If Russia is really put in a vulnerable position, they can no longer sit back and essentially take it on the chin or turn the other chin. So I think that you will see now a Russian retaliation. The Europeans themselves only, 3-4 years ago, the reason why they were cautious to send artillery, cautious to send tanks, didn't want to send missiles, was because they knew that would make them participants in this war. So now they are participants in this war, but the debate is all gone. So it's hard to know exactly what they're thinking, because no one's allowed to talk about this. If you argue that this is provocative, this has already made Europe a participant in the war, well, they say, well, that's a Kremlin talking point, and your political or journalistic career will be over. So there's no discussion, which is why this is so crazy. The fact that the Europeans are now attacking Russia, attacking Moscow in such a big way, and everyone knows that the weapons comes from the West. They know that the West is providing the intelligence, and but still, there's no discussion about what actually is the consequence of this. So I think they should be considering that the weapon manufacturing plants in the West now will become targets, or more specifically in Europe.